I know after years of hearing this, you probably find it hard to believe, but Donald Trump is actually losing public support. And I'm not saying that because of the No Kings protests. I'm saying that because pop culture is already starting to turn on him. Donald Trump and his campaign were able to utilize pop culture in a way that only a reality TV star could. It might not have been the pop culture that appealed to you, but it is the pop culture that in particular appealed to a lot of young voters. There were a lot of athletes, there were a lot of musicians, there were a lot of influencers who went out of their way to make it clear that they supported Donald Trump. And even more celebrities and influencers and social media personalities made it clear where they stood after the election and after the inauguration, including Kim Kardashian, who posted things about Ivanka Trump and her outfit and about Melania Trump as well. And now some of these same people who were either explicitly supportive of him or passively supportive of him are actively calling out what is going on with immigration and with the ICE raids. The first person that immediately took me aback was Kim Kardashian, who put out a statement talking about how immigrants make Los Angeles beautiful, and it's a place where she grew up and she understood the value that they brought to their community. You can have your criticisms of Kim Kardashian, but one thing about her is she knows where public opinion is at any given moment. So if she's saying something is unpopular or she's acting in a certain way, it's because she knows without a doubt that that's where public opinion is. And I'm not the only person who took notice of Kim Kardashian's statement. A Department of Homeland Security official took note and even put out a statement on Twitter saying, at Kim Kardashian, which one of these convicted child molesters, murderers, drug traffickers, and rapists would you like to stay in the country? This is not just some random person who works at the DHS. This is an assistant DHS secretary, Tricia McLaughlin. It seems like Donald Trump is not the only person in his administration who likes to clap back at celebrities who disagree with him on social media. Kim Kardashian is Kim Kardashian. She's always gonna go wherever the wind blows. So you have to kind of take everything she does with the greatest salt. But when I really started to take note of everything that was going on is when I started to see men who had endorsed or supported Trump start to condemn what was going on in Los Angeles. The first guy to really catch my attention saying something about this was Mike Mayhack. Mike is the podcast partner of Logan Paul, who is one of the largest social media influencers for young men in the world. Not only is he a social media influencer, but he's also a WWE superstar. So he's both in the sports space and in the influencer space. Logan also has a brother named Jake, and the two of them were very openly pro-Trump during the election. Both of them openly endorsed Donald Trump. They had interviews with him on their platforms that reached tens of millions of people. Mike has co-hosted a podcast, Impulsive, with Logan Paul for over 8 years. And he posted on Twitter, if you are here illegally and you commit a crime here, by all means, your ass should be sent home. But watching these good, hardworking, tax-paying people pried from their homes after trying to obtain citizenship for years as pawns for political theater is fucking heartbreaking. Mike was attacked for this, not just by random Trump supporters, but by large right-wing accounts on Twitter who came out of the woodwork to attack him for saying something that most of us agree with. And these are the same people that were praising him and Logan Paul for going out of their way to either passively or explicitly endorse Donald Trump in the election. While Mike was more passive in his endorsement or his non-endorsement, someone who was very explicit in their endorsement was boxer Ryan García. As you can see here, him and Trump were pretty chummy together. Ryan García posted, I may have voted for Trump, but I can't stay silent about what's happening with ICE in LA. These aren't just illegals or statistics, they're people. Hardworking immigrants, especially Mexicans who pay taxes, raise families, build our communities, and are part of the people we love. Ripping them away from their homes is not just policy, it's pain. We can have borders without losing our humanity. To have these influential men in particular, who were part of the manosphere, that is how Trump got elected, come out and say what's going on a policy perspective is wrong, is a big fucking deal. And it's an even bigger deal when you consider that there is nothing for them to gain from doing this. They've already been openly pro-Trump, so anyone who would stop supporting them for voting for Trump or supporting him, they would have done that long ago. So the only thing that they really have to lose here is the people who already know that and still support them. And you could argue that, well, no, they just know it's wrong, or they realize that more people are against them on this than with them. But even with that argument, my point still stands that Trump is losing on the pop culture front. It's indicative that not only is Trump losing on the pop culture front, but he's also losing on the issue that was supposed to be the landmark mandate issue that he was going to go in there and solve and fix. That's what the polling told us. And even on that, he's losing support from the people who got him there to begin with. I'm not saying that all of these people are going to suddenly become big, huge liberals who hate Donald Trump and are with us 100% of the time. But what I am saying is that for us to be this early into his presidency, for him to be losing the support of people who were so gleefully standing alongside him in just a few months ago, that's a big deal. And it's something that we should take note of. Because even if you think that pop culture or influencers and the internet doesn't matter, it does. It's part of the reason why Trump won the election. After the 2024 election, everyone kind of understood the reason why Trump was able to win over so many young men is because his message reached them. He was just out there. They saw him so much. But now, I'm willing to make the argument that this is having a counter effect. The Trump White House and Trump social media, it's everywhere. Everyone can see it. Only now that he's been elected, he can kind of full send all of the things that he wants to say or do. And they are noticeably very evil. And while it's horrible that they're doing that, maybe it's a good thing. Because we know that they have reach. We know people are seeing what they're doing. So maybe the fact that people are seeing who they really, really are for the first time is actually going to help turn the tide in a way that's much more permanent.